Hey everyone, welcome to a rainy spring morning, day before Cup Day, which is a big day in the Melbourne calendar. I'll tell you more about that later. Excuse my boxes down here. I chucked them down here so they didn't wet the balcony with all of this rain. So it's 13 degrees at the moment. It was a warmish night. Yesterday we got to 31.2 degrees. So it's crazy spring weather, but the plants are loving it. So I might do some garden planting with some more seeds, and it's supposed to get warmer and sunnier this afternoon, so we shall see. So, I thought I'd let you in on my thought processes for the next few things in the garden. There are more than 3, definitely. But we're looking at succession sowing of a few different things and some things that I don't have in the garden yet, but I can plant now because it's a little bit warmer, even though I've had some cold rainy days. Rainy days don't matter so much. It's the temperature that matters more. So these are Italian bean gourds or cucuzza. As you can see, I've grown them a lot before. I also have another bucket about that big, but I have a feeling from previous time in the tropics that these seeds don't actually stay viable for very long. So I've got these from Seed Savers, got these cucuzza seeds from the Veggie Garden seeds. They're not too old, doesn't actually have a date on it. And these may be okay, so I'll plant a bunch and see what happens. Put in my handy dandy notebook, so I've got an idea of what's going on and what works, what doesn't. Got my golden zucchini. I don't have a zucchini up yet, which is weird, but the weather is warm enough to start them very quickly, so it should sprout up in a week or so. Love the golden zucchini. They have nice soft skin, especially if you catch them early. Butternut pumpkins haven't sprouted yet. They can take a little while. I might even try soaking seeds for an hour or so before I put them in next time. They're my own seeds. Sugar snap pea, it's not too late for that. Because the weather's warming up a little bit, there will be some things that'll be too late for, i.e. shelling peas, English peas. Coriander, I keep sowing that until it's too late. I did formerly have a kind of coriander that doesn't bulk to seed very quickly, but I can't seem to find it, so I must have used it all, so I will hunt down some of those seeds. Could also be from the seed collection. Their seed packets are very small. I'm still in the midst of sorting out my seeds so that they're in little packets like this and much easier to handle. I'm going to grow Lebanese cucumber if it comes up quickly. If it doesn't come up very well this time, even if I get one plant, I'll go with it. But it's getting almost too hot by the time the plant is ready to produce flowers and fruit. It's almost going to be too hot and they'll be bitter over summer. We're in our last month of spring now here in Melbourne, Australia. So, as you probably know if you're a gardener, cucumbers in summer aren't always the best, which is the crying shame really, because that's when you want to eat them, is in the summer weather in your salads. Unless you can grow them in the shade. That's my next thing. In the tropics I did grow a few things in quite decent shade. It only got about an hour of sunlight a day, otherwise it was full shade from the house, and some of my cucumbers grew really well there, so they only really had reflected light for most of the day, and in the tropics that was good enough. So I'm just wondering if Melbourne would allow me to grow cucumbers later into summer for that reason, but it's usually the heat, not direct sun. We shall see. Richmond green apple were fantastic. Pretty much hands off for cucumbers. They're not great, not everybody likes them. They can be tough little prickly balls. That's the sort of ones they are. They can be a little bitter, but they weren't too bad in the tropics, so I'm going to give them a go for this time of the year. I'm not entirely sure what these ones are. They're striped, but they're my own seed. I grew them up in the tropics, so they'll hopefully be good with hot weather. Speaking of which, this is what my neighbour gave me. She gave me seeds, and she used to give me seedlings too when she overplanted her lettuce. She called it local lettuce or summer lettuce, and I am wondering if it's like this, if it's like the all year lettuce, so it's still good in summer. This was incredibly hardy, this particular one that I got from my neighbour. Always a good reason to be friendly with your neighbours, so you can swap plants and have things that are actually acclimatised to your actual area. I've been looking at the Dirty Dozen online, what has the most pesticides if you buy something from just a normal supermarket. Spinach was number 1, so I was reminded to grow some spinach. We don't eat a whole lot of spinach, probably eat baby leaves more than fully grown spinach. Perpetual spinach is also really good. They're my own seeds, obviously. In the hot weather, they just seem to keep producing. They're fantastic. And I've got tender green beans, obviously my own seeds. These are 2021, but they have been sprouting with the ones that I've planted so far. A couple of them got attacked by slugs in rainy weather when I had them outside, when I ran out of space in my greenhouse. There's room again in the greenhouse, so I think these will be fine. I've got some of my new handy dandy plant tags. I'll show you how to make these if you like, if you don't know already, if you haven't seen that video. I'll put that video here for you to have a look at. So in the meantime, I'll put them in my book, get ready to go, and hopefully it won't be so rainy tomorrow. I've got some babysitting coming up tonight, and the weather should be better, at least early in the morning tomorrow. We can get planting then. Well, no sign of the sunshine they promised for this afternoon, or the warmer weather. Warmer being about 15 or 16 degrees. But I hope you're having fun in your garden. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.